Gypsy jazz is one style of playing.
Before jazz ever hit Europe and France, all these gypsies were playing acoustic guitars, they were playing bass, violin. These were the gypsy instruments. The authentic quintet never had any drums, so the rhythm guitar had to play the drum. The history of gypsy jazz starts with Django. Some people say it ends with Django as well. He was a French gypsy, born in Belgium.
And he was heavily influenced by American jazz.
When Django first heard jazz, he heard Louis Armstrong, he heard Duke Ellington, all these people. He started playing that kind of music on their instruments. So what you had was American jazz played on acoustic instruments.
The caravan that he was in caught on fire, and he was crippled. And his left hand was actually curled into, the last two fingers were kind of curled into a claw, so he could only actually use two fingers in his thumb. And so he decided to keep playing music, and he played guitar, and he basically, because of his handicap, he ended up playing a completely original form of music.
It does say something for the fact that nobody plays this kind of jazz. Like, most people just don't know what to think of it.
You can tell when you're watching the audience that there's certain people who obviously know the style of music because they're sitting there and they're grinning from here to here and they're just staring at you, and you know that they actually know the songs, they actually know the history of the music, and they can't believe that they're actually seeing young people play it live. It's a really lively style of music, so it's like, it can be a pretty accessible form of jazz in some ways. I don't think that people need to know the history of it to enjoy it. I think that there's a lot of ways to just listen to it, and as soon as your feet start tapping and stuff, people get into it.
People are only getting a sort of taste of what it should sound like, and you know, the authentic gypsy jazz, again, is miles above our skills. So I hope it turns people on to the real stuff.
If in the grander scheme of things, like, do I think it'll become a much more broadly sort of recognized and listened to style of music? No, I don't think so, which is fine as far as I'm concerned.